Hi guys, so today I'll be working with these new LDRS Creative Pocket Pals. These were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. Any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're a purchased items to those links. So you can find these there on LDRS Creative site. There are some other outlets that carry them like scrapbook.com and things, so I'll have those links in the description box. But they are sold individually, so let's say you have the Live Garden Pocket Pals, and look at these little sweeties. So I kind of went through these when I was showing the February collection. Super adorable. There's like bouquets and flowers, little birds, you know, sending sweet wishes. Be beautiful. Just a little hello to brighten your day. The little cactuses. How cute is that? The little duckies with the little babies following there, vines, and then of course our little gals and little boy there, and watering cans and flowers and just all kinds of fun things, little pots. And there's also a separate die set that generally does everything, like cuts everything out that you have here. I don't know that this one has for the words though, so it's everything else. Yeah, it shows right here. So all the little, look at the little seed packet that hangs there, so cute. And today I am going to use it with the little greenhouse Pocket Pals. So this is a little greenhouse. And you can pair this with anything that you have that, you know, would work. I think some of the examples they had were like bunnies and other cute things that were just tucked in there. So really sweet little greenhouse. It has "You are amazing in every way, wishing you a lovely day." And so this is another photopolymer stamp set. That's what they are there. Super cute. And I'll give you a quick measurement of the stamp itself. It is about 5 1/4-ish, I think, long there, and just about, oh, let's see the top of the little house there, 3 1/2 inches tall or so. And then there's also a separate die set one can pick up that will cut it out and will also make it so that the little windows and doors open if you would like to do that. So I'll probably pair this up with some of the papers and other items from the new collection, but what I'm going to do right now is simply stamp everything on some marker paper. I'm going to color it in with alcohol ink markers, and I guess I could back up just a little bit. And I just have a piece here, as you can see I used it for different things. Just going to stamp, and then stamp what it is that I think I want to accessorize with, like my little gals and watering can and all those kind of things. And I think I'm just going to cut out the whole thing and put it on a card base, so with a, you know, background paper and things. I don't know that I'm going to use the little doors today to open it up, so I'm just going to stamp this and then again stamp some of the sweet images there. Oh, smells so good. Love a good photopolymer stamp set. And I've discussed this in the past, or every time I use a photopolymer stamp set, they are sticky. They have like a dispersion layer from when they were manufactured. Now, you can take that off just gently, or wash it off, or rub your ink pad on it a lot. What happens is when you have a lined design like this where it's thin lines, it's not as big a deal. But if you have like a surface that's very smooth and large, you're going to want to definitely get that dispersion layer taken off as much as you can. So I'm going to make sure we don't have too many bubbles. Again, as far as bubbles with a large stamp like this, it's not the biggest deal with linear like stamps that are mostly lines, because it just works. But let me see here. I'm going to use a hybrid ink, although, you know, you can use any ink that will work with whatever it is that you want to color with, right? This would be really sweet with water-based products because it'll look more ethereal and like garden sweet. Like, I want to make sure I'm not, again, let's go ahead and stamp that guy. And then all around this I will stamp with my little whatever it is from the characters that I want to stamp. Oh, I can see I didn't quite get down here. It's probably because of this magnet, might be in the way. Aw, okay, let me move these magnets a little bit so not impeding what I'm doing. And if I move that at all, I'll just stamp it again in a different area. I might have moved it since I moved the magnets, that's all I'm trying to say. And then, like I said, I'll do the same thing with my little characters, just... Oh yeah, I moved it just a little bit. I'm just going to turn my paper over and stamp it again. And in the meantime, I'll also take these little guys. Oh, where are we at? And I'll get my little characters that I want to use stamped up on here also, and I'll be right back. use a hybrid ink, you always want to just make sure to give it its time to dry before you use an alcohol ink marker. And I'm just going to put this down just because I know the ink color should go all the way through. And you know, it's whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to get started. We have inspo, of course, on the back of the sheet there. You have some images that are already colored in for you if you would like to kind of mimic that kind of thing. I love that. Oh my gosh. So actually I'm going to keep this in front of me because I do want to, I was going to do the brown in here, which is very sweet. And then, so since it's a greenhouse, but you can also just make it a house if you colored everything, just like if it was the roof, you know, you could just color that in. But I do like that look of the little see-through there. So I am going to color the areas that are blue in blue-ish. And what I mean by that is literally just take like the lightest blue color that I have and just kind of color that in. And just leave it at that. Now this is very light blue. I might pick another one in a little bit here. But just kind of go in here to give it the look of what you want. Yeah, this one's super light, but that might be okay. And all of the blue areas, and then as far as the brown, since it's a smaller, this image is larger, but like these little guys, I usually just use 2 colors instead of like the traditional 3 colors. But this one, chocolate medium, oh, I meant to get, let me grab, okay, light, there's the one, chocolate light. And let's say I was going to go in here. So I would color the whole thing, the light color, and then, you know, I'd come in maybe with the medium color, and then just go from there. I don't really do a whole lot. So that's just me personally. So the medium color might be up in here somewhere. And maybe just that much, because over here it might be over here. And now I'm going to go back to the light. Color that in. Just touching all the areas where that would be. And you guys know that's just how I do. I just add a little color here and there. I don't get too caught up in there. And I'm going to add a little more of the medium brown in here. And same thing, you know, with everything, like these little bushes. I have greens, and I think I only brought light and medium because I figured it's a small area. So let's start with like this light color. Maybe leave the center not so much colored. And then just put in the medium green here and there. And then bring it all back through with the light. And then that little area that I left uncolored in the center looks lighter just because I left it uncolored to begin with. So that's just kind of how I play with everything. Same thing with the little dress. If I do like a pink color, I'll do light pink and then a medium pink and then blend it back through with the light pink. And same thing with the ducks, everything. Alright, so I will be back. Everything colored in, and so I'm just going to take this larger die, and again I just did like the 2 colors, maybe 3 if it needed it, but normally I just did a light and a medium or a light and a dark even and go from there. I'm going to trim this out. Now I I have shown you in the past, if you want to, you can take like a light blue. Actually, I'll have to get a different one. And just go around the edges of the whole thing. See if that's a little too bright. Let me grab a light blue and I'll be right back. So this one's still a little bit darker than I normally do, but I'll just take it and around the edges of the whole thing. And so when I cut it out, I don't have any white lines around the edge. Just around the whole thing, just like that. I'll continue doing that, and once I'm done, I'll place this on here, and then I'll just have a little light blue edge. Sometimes I do it to these things, sometimes I don't, so I probably won't do it here, but that's just something you can do. I'm going to take all the different little dies and just pair them up with our little images here and cut it out. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, oh my goodness, look at that. So cute. Let's see these little guys. It's taped down there. Just perfect. And I just eyeballed those. I just looked right through and paired them up. So you can always do an aperture like I've shown in the past, where you just run your die through hinged with some tape, through some scrap paper, and then you open up that little hinge, just like if it was like this, let's say. And then you open up the hinge and you place it where you see the cutout marks, and then you place it back down and then run it through over what you do want, and then you'll have a perfect die cut. But I mean, this was really easy to kind of just look through. Down here I did put green at the bottom instead of the blue like I did at the top, so I just did a little green. And what I'm going to do is grab some card bases and we'll put it together. So I have my little guys, I have my little house. I went ahead and cut down a piece of paper from the new lovely watercolor 6x6 paper pad, and I just got this one and I cut it in a way so that this lighter portion is up at the top corner. Because that way I can stamp right on there. So I am going to just have it like that, and then I'm going to stamp the wishing you a lovely day like right in this corner here. So I'm just going to take this guy, and then we'll add our little house and scene on that. So just keeping that straight. I'm going to use VersaFine ink for this part, which takes a moment to set up, but it should be okay. Now I'm eyeballing this at this point, and then I'll see how straight it is on my guide here. Pretty good. Alright. Like I said, VersaFine does take a moment to set up to dry, but if you want to, you can also just set it with some embossing powder. Aw, so sweet. Okay, I'm going to clean this up and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So we're just going to glue this down. And if you want to pop that up. And then on the back side is even a smaller perspective. Really, really cute. Either side would be great. But I'm going to glue this down here. And then I'll probably glue the house down straight also, just flat. And then our little characters or ducks and things will be up from that. I have that. And let's take a look. So sweet. And this little guy's little decoration thing I'm going to hang like right here. And you know what? To do that, I'm going to give it a little bit of a curve. So what I'm going to do is make it so that this glues down. Of course, if we're going to put this in an envelope, it might flatten out. But what I'm going to do is put a little dimensional on the back of that. I haven't glued this down yet, so let me glue this down before we get too far into it. Now I can put it right in the center, move it over. I suppose in the center is going to be great. And that's where we inked it up the first time. You see back there. Okay. And give it a little bit of area at the bottom, so I'm going to push it up a little bit. And this guy, I just cut a little piece of dimensional. I'm going to stick right there to keep it popped up a little bit. And then I'm going to put glue just on this part and this part. How cute. And he can be kind of in here. So I'm holding down that glue. And then this little piece is popped up because of the dimensional that's there. And I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of these little characters, and I'll be right back. My little gal, she has her little watering can, so I'll put her over here watering maybe these little flowers, and we'll have her standing up right there, and then we have our little ducks kind of waddling away, and this little sweetie watching them. How cute. Of course, you know, there's so many ways to dress this up and to play with that, but look how cute. So thank you so much, LDRS Creative, for sending these items for review. I'll have images for you guys coming up, and I'll have links in the description box. Again, you know, I just did a little coloring here and there. I mean, you can make it look like a house. You can do whatever it is that you desire there, but look at, oh, love it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.